Hey guys, it's Kami and today I'll try to explain you the basics of skill system, comboing, how it all works in Blade&Soul. An example of my character, I'm playing with Blade Dancer. If you're playing with different class or you're planning to play with different class, then your skills will be different, but the basics are pretty much the same, so let's look at my skills firstly. You can find them by pressing button K by default. First of all, you can view all your skills in different layouts, either icon or list. Which one to choose doesn't matter, is up to your taste. What's the difference? On list you can see a button used by skill, all those skills that use that button. Then you select a skill, you see each tree, and on the right side you see the information about specific skill you have selected. On the icons you can see all the skills at once. You can see corresponding buttons here, and to view a tree you press on skill. The info is also on the right side. This is training points. Those are used to level up your skill. Leveling up skill gives different stats. It can also change a skill at all. For instance, you can see a lightning strike and blade guard. I will talk about it a bit later. Also, you can have a recommended skill you can select. So those are recommended by developers. On the right side of the window we can see atoms. Atom is basically a preset of your skills. To have one more preset you need an expansion ticket. Why would you need presets? Well, you can use one preset for PvE, the other one for PvP, and the other one for mass PvP. So that's just as an example. And because training points you won't have enough of them. Currently for 45 levels you won't have enough points to level up all the skills. Maybe it will be possible in the future, I don't know, but currently it is not. So you need to think wise what skills you need, what you want, because, well, they can serve for different purposes. Now, you would ask yourself, how can I use a lot of skills with the same button? So let's look, we have here 5 skills and only one button. How would you use them? Let me explain it. So let's start with those 2 on the bottom. They are a very good example for explanation. As you can see, this skill can be used from range 4 to 16 meters on a one target, and this skill can be used from range 3 meters on one target. So what that means is that when you're far away from your target, from an enemy mob, 4 to 16 meters, you will use this skill with button 1. When you're close enough, you will use this skill instead. Also they have, notice that they have a cooldown, and also they have a casting time. So this is instant, this is 0.3 seconds. So that's thing you should also notice. After you use them, you change stance to basic stance. Basic stance is basically a basic stance, obviously, but there are different stances, we will talk about it a bit later also. So, what are the other 3 skills? When can you use them? As you can see, this skill has prerequisite on the bottom of the info. You can see it. Only during phantom grip. What does it mean? You have a skill under button 4. It's called phantom grip. And when you use it, you can use this one, this, so you can use different skills under different buttons after you have used phantom grip. So phantom grip is it is used for 4 seconds, so you have 4 seconds to use. You can use multiple skills from this range after you have used a phantom grip. So that's like a different condition. This skill can be used when you are knocked down. So when someone knocked down you, you can use this skill to get up and knock down them. So for 1 second you can knock down them. There is some resist to knockdowns, so it's not like 100% you will knock down them, but that is the other story. So as you can see also, it has area not only target as this 3 skills, but it has a wide array of 3 meters. You can see the shape, so it can knock down multiple enemies. This skill can be used during a grabbed or phantom grip state. As contrary on this one, you can use this during phantom grip. So when you use it, this one can be used when someone gripped you. So not when you have gripped someone, but someone gripped you. I hope that is clear. So those all skills are used at different conditions, and they can't be used at once with the same button. So the same goes here. So you can use that specific skill on that specific condition from a set of skills. Now let's look closer to this skill. It has prerequisite draw stance, so that's a different stance than a basic stance. How do you get that stance to use the skill? So you will be able to use the skill. Lightning draw. That skill, as you can see on the bottom, it changed stance to draw stance. So after you use this skill, you can use this one. So be careful and read all the skills before you are putting some skill points into them, so that you don't mess up your build. But you can retrain, so you can retain all your skills and put them differently. Also, some skills exclude the other skills. For instance, you can only select wind focus or electric focus. They grant different bonuses to different skills. So depending on what skills you choose one of these. Also note that, as I said previously, skill can be changed drastically. So you have this lightning strike, for instance, for example. Let's look at this one. It inflicts damage, and you also move behind the enemy with it. Now we can go 3 different roads. This one, which I have chosen, stun enemy for 2 seconds. You can also use this one, which will add a critical hit during a phantom gripped enemy. Or you can go this way, which change skill completely, and you have not lightning strike, but you have blade guard, and it parries multiple attacks for 0.5 seconds. It sounds useless, I agree, but let's look later what it does. On successful parry, it recovers 2 focus and has cooldown. So what is focus and why is it so useful? Focus are those blue balls, blue circles. They are used for skills, to cast skills. Not all skills require those. This skill doesn't, but this skill you can use. You can see at the top right corner, it uses 2 focus. So that means that it uses 2 those balls. Now some skills use different amount of focus. For instance, this skill doesn't use, this use 1 focus, this use 3 focus, this use 2 focus, and some skills does even recover focus. So this recovers 3 focus. This drains 60 focus from enemy. This recovers 1 focus. So they're different skills. What else do we have in the skills? So for instance, this skill, as you can see, it knockdowns the enemy for 3 seconds, which is a control skill. Control skills are very useful, because that's like a stun. The enemy can do anything to you, unless they have a skill like this one. So they can get like Whirl, which can get him from knockdown state. So different states there are different counter skills on them. You can go down this way. So what does it do when you go down this road with knocking down? It's then movement skills not available for 6 seconds for all the enemies you have knocked down, because it has an array of effect. But you can go and choose another skill, Fissure. What is the difference? It deals a high amount of damage on a great area, but it doesn't knock down. So we can see what will it do in the end. This one pierces defense also. Well, you can see the difference. So it's up to you to choose if you want to deal high amount of damage on great area, or if you want to have a control skill. Or you can't even not level it and have the basic knockdown. Control skills are very useful. What are they here for Blade Dancer? This one also. As you can see, 4 seconds. Then you can knock down for 3 seconds if you want. Also, you can level some skills that do. For instance, this skill does not have any control, but you can go down the path so that it stuns for 2 seconds. So there's a lot of variety you can go. Let's now show you some skills. For instance, let's show how it works. This one, with draw stance. And what's the difference between electric and wind skills? It's not like you should choose one path only, lightning or wind, but they're a bit different. So lightning is more like target based, so you're like focused on one target, and wind is more like array, so you're focusing on dealing damage to some crowd. So if you're into PvE or into mass PvP, you'll probably want to go with more with wind than with lightning, but that also depends. So you can take the strongest enemy down and the rest will be easy to take, so if you go with lightning. So the build is pretty much up to you, because it is really different. Let me show you some skills, how they work. So we first use, as you can see, lightning is dealing very high amount of damage. Now let's look at thunder. As you can see, it is pretty slow. But what it has also, after using blind sight maximum boost, what does it mean? It means that even though that it has cast instant, it has also attack speed. So when you use blind sight, which is this skill, but it also works with strafe, you will have a higher casting speed, or let's say better attack speed. Let me show you an example. So let's get this enemy closer, and I'm using blind sight, and here you go, very fast. But if you do without it, you're going pretty slowly. Also, as you can see, he shot me during that. Why did he shot me? Because mobs here pretty much hit 360 degrees, so they can hit you at any side. You need to evade only when they strike. So you should know, you should get used to all the skills to not get hit. But control skills, let me show you how control skills works. So you knock down, he can't do anything. He stays up, you knock down one more time, he can't do anything. You get that one, he can't do anything during that time. As you can see, they are very useful. So the control skills are what you should get. It is a must-have. You don't really need to focus only on damage, I would put, unless you are going into party and you know that someone will be always with you. Otherwise, you really can't do anything without control skills. You will have a hard time playing this game. With control skills it's pretty easy, no one is really hitting you if you're doing everything right. Also, there are skills that grants you some invulnerability. For instance, this one, resist one use damage. You can also level it up. So as you can see, 1 to 5. It increases the count. But you can also change the skill, so there's variety, a lot of variety to use. And as I have shown you with Thunder, that is a combo. So you use Blindside Strafe and then Thunder, because using just Thunder is not really efficient very. Also, you can see the difference between going Lightning Pass and going Wind Pass. Wind uses quite a lot of focus, as in contrary Lightning doesn't. Also Lightning is more for target, how you put damage, and Wind is for area, so well, it's hard to choose, but you'll need to. Also, it's not like you're going, as I said, it's not like you're going for one type, Lightning or Wind, as you play with Blade Dancer. For instance, the skill is Wind damage, but you would like to get it, as it absorbs 100 damage, 100% of damage, so it's basically a lifesteal. It's a great skill to get also. I hope that was clear enough. If you like this explanation, press a like button. If you dislike this information, press dislike button. If you have left any questions about the skill system or how does combo goes, let me show it once more with Thunder, how does the combo goes. So you can see the speed is increased, as on contrary just using the Thunder. If you have any questions left, let me know in the comment section below, I'll try to answer on them. Or if that is some kind of specific question, I will make a separate video on it. Thanks for watching, and I'll see you next time.